Good evening, everybody. Tuesday night. It's 8 o'clock and it's time for the Overland Radio Show. Tonight, Ashley and I are going to talk. We just have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We don't have any guests tonight. It's just the two of us. But since it's the holiday season, I think it's important that we discuss some gear and some deals and family traditions and all the things that are important to us or to all of us. So before I bring Ashley on, real quick, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Overland Attic. We really appreciate you. Rugged Bound and Midland USA, we appreciate you. And anyway, hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving and got plenty to eat and all that good jazz, or maybe even got out. I know that I did see that there were some folks that managed to do a Thanksgiving camp out and trip. So that looks like that was pretty fun. But anyway, so let's get Ashley in here.
What's going on?
How are you doing there?
I'm alive. We're just
You're
gonna go with
alive.
that. I'm
Okay.
alive. It's been a long week.
Yeah, you've had a lot of travels.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, there was an unfortunate passing in Jeff's family, and so you guys had to travel.
We flew to Phoenix, which I'm not devastated about because the weather there was gorgeous, of course, being in Phoenix
Right.
Valley. And our last day, we got to do a little bit of hiking. Got to experience something really cool that we didn't even know was there. So that was fun.
Sunset Rock or whatever they call it.
No, we actually went and did the Apache Trails or Apache Tears Trail.
Oh, no kidding.
So I didn't know anything about this. My mother-in-law took us, and so I didn't even know that they had their own trail, basically Trail of Tears. And we did this hike, and what's cool is you can pick up these little black onyx stones, and most of
Right.
them are round, so they're supposed to represent the tears of the Apache Indians,
Ah.
and you can pick them up and you can even take a hammer and chisel and go chisel them out of the stone face of the cliff.
Oh, wow.
So there's a cave that you can go into. Well, you used to be able to go into and chisel them out of the cave, but they've got that fenced off now because so many people go out there and chisel these stones out. The structural integrity is not there anymore. But there's still plenty of cliff face around
Oh, okay.
around that fenced area where you can still go chisel them. And people in Arizona will go and chisel these out, these little like smoked glass stones, and turn them into jewelry and things like that. So it was a really cool experience. We brought a decent sized handful home.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. So today in my, how on your Facebook memories things pop up, and this popped up of just outside of Scottsdale, and I think this is either. And you probably have heard of it since you've been out there, and I'm sure Jeff has as well. The Roosevelt Reservoir. It's a body of water there. But anyway, here is. Oh gosh, hang on a minute. Okay, maybe it's not gonna go. Nope. Okay, I guess it's not gonna share it. Well, I thought it was. Let me try it again here. Let's see, share. I'm trying to share the screen here, and it's giving me some kind of weird fit here. So let's just see here. Anyway, it's a picture of the Roosevelt Reservoir and this whole area that is, I mean, it's like it's a national, I think it's a national forest. But anyway, just absolutely cool as all get out, man. I mean, it's just, how you find these places and you probably passed by them like a dozen or more times. And you don't even realize they're there. This is right. I can't share it now, so I'm not really sure what's going on. But anyway, yeah, so be it. Anyway,
Emma brought me one of the tears from the trip.
Wow, those are cool looking.
So just one that we had pulled out of the rock face.
That
But
is
yeah.
pretty neat. That is pretty neat. So Chad's on.
Hey, Chad.
Says sorry to hear that, Jeff and Ashley.
Uh-oh. Talk
There's
about
trouble. Yeah, no kidding. That's trouble. I'm so glad to see him on here.
Yes.
I think what we need to do one night is we got to make him come back and do the show with us.
Make
you know
him
what
get
I mean?
on now.
And make him and see. Then we'll turn the tables on him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Go ahead and make him get on now.
I got to figure the screen sharing thing out because we got to have it tonight.
Do I need to send Mike the invite to join the show real quick while you're figuring out the screen share?
No, I mean you can. I don't know if he's available though. He
Michael
says this show sucks.
Michael,
so
that is screwed up.
I know, right? So a couple of things let's talk about, and then we'll get to the other part. I'll try to get it fixed. It's all Lee's fault. That's the old saying. Couple of things I want to mention. One is Chad. It's not ready yet, but I'm just going to go ahead and kind of like plant the seed. Chad's putting together a big rental program.
Okay.
To rent gear and other goodies. For instance, let's say you want to, maybe you need a diesel heater, but you only need it for 1 or 2 trips. Okay, there's a backstory to this to everybody.
There is a backstory.
and we'll get to that in a minute, and you'll kind of see where this all falls in place. But anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to rent a diesel heater and try it before you buy it, or say a big battery, one of these, battery banks like a Goal Zero or a Jackery 1000 or Blue Yeti or whatever the brand is. Some of that stuff's starting to evolve there. The other thing I want to say is that there's about to be a really cool winter camping event. And it's not just one event. It's 4 events. 4.
Okay.
Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. There's going to be a host. Jeffrey says he needs to rent a rooftop tent.
Yes, because he thinks he needs to put one back on the 4Runner.
I think that's a good idea. And Chad
Don't
can hook him up with a nice Alucab or 230 hard wedge style. So Jeff, just call Chad and he'll hook you up. Anyway, those 4
Thanks,
states.
Lee. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime I can be some help. I love spending other people's money. I mean,
right.
Who doesn't, right? So those 4 states are going to have a host, and each state that host is going to coordinate a camp out. The way I understand this is, and let me see if I can't. I'm going to get this pulled up so I can read it a little bit here.
So I'm not, the whole backstory thing about the diesel heater while Lee's trying to get that figured out is I'm totally interested in this camp out idea. Chad, I think it's fantastic. But my husband, in his needing to stay busy right now, keep his mind busy, tore apart our Cricket camper, and we have no kitchen, no heater, nothing. So I'm gonna have to rent a diesel heater if we're gonna do this. If he doesn't get the kitchen back together,
I think that's a great idea. As a matter of fact, he could rent a tent too.
Maybe. No, he could sleep in the tent and freeze. I'm taking the diesel heater inside the Cricket.
That's just wrong. Anyway, so here's the deal. This is it's a cold weather camp out series called the Polar Bear Camping Club. There'll be 4 separate camp outs in 4 states: Ozark, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas, with the final camp out at a designated spot at the Moore Expo. For those who attend all 4 camp outs, patches are going to be given to you at all 4 of the camp outs, or I don't know if it's at each one or when you're done, you get the patches. I don't know. Anyway.
To me, it should be when they're done at the end of the camp out. That way it's validation that they're there.
Yeah. And so So yeah, that's a pretty neat deal. I think Chad's the host for Missouri.
Okay.
I'm not sure who the host for Kansas is, and I don't know who the host for Arkansas is. But for Oklahoma, I think it's Okie Overland, and then Chad in Missouri. So anyway, stay tuned. There's more of that information coming out. It's going to come out pretty soon, and you will have to. I think is the way I understand it. You'll have to register
Okay.
to go on the camp, and I think depending on the host and where they have it will determine the number of participants, if you will.
Okay.
So, see what
I
happens.
think it's great when it's Chad's turn. If he's first, Chad, if you're listening, be first, because more than likely our camper's not going to be done, and I can be your guinea pig for the renting the diesel heater setup.
Well, I mean, there you go, Chad. I already
I'm
got
just
you your
saying.
first rental.
You got your first client right here for the rental side, and yeah, and that's if Jeff doesn't get the Cricut put back together. Mike, I think you can totally do it. Lee's already offered that Jeff could sleep on the rooftop tent on top of the trailer, so you can sleep in there with him. Just fly
There you
down.
go. You guys could spoon together in that
There
Roman
you go.
tent back there.
They can spoon.
Michael's lost a lot of weight, so I mean, Jeff's not going to have a whole lot of body heat to share with Michael because Michael's lost a bunch of weight.
Michael is good though.
Yeah, I wish he could make it. That'd be fun, actually, for
That would be
if
great.
he showed up, but he's got obligations. So anyway, that sounds like it's going to be a pretty neat deal, actually.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to it. And some other news today, Chad. I swear to God, I'm going to get this shirt made at some point in time, and it's just going to say "Everybody needs a Chad."
I thought you were gonna say it's hashtag Ollie's fault, like what Mike
Nah,
said earlier.
nah, that's old news. No, I think we need to have this shirt made that says "Everybody needs a Chad." Anyway,
Okay.
Chad sends me a message today, and he says, "Look what showed up today!" And there's this big long box on the floor at his shop, and it says Alucab from Cape Town, South Africa, or wherever. And it's my fit kit. I can't believe it. It was supposed to be here at the end of March or April, something like that.
Okay.
So here we are. Now all I gotta do is like go to Missouri and get it put on. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be Chad's
if he hosts his camp soon, then you can just do it all at the same time. Go down a little bit early.
Before that. Yeah, I know, and I'm supposed to have, I hope. Let me look here. I don't know. Anyway, I'm supposed to have the table kit that goes with it, that has the slide out table underneath the front overhang. So I don't know if it's in there or not, but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah.
Jeff's still talking about the Sea Sucker bar thing that he needs it too. So yeah.
Well, did you not let him order it?
No.
Why not?
No.
Oh, for gosh sake.
We had to go to Arizona. Like we knew that was happening when we had Sea Sucker on.
Well, Jeff, we probably need to have a training class on how to handle these women.
No, you do not. I mean, Saturday is Gavin's birthday, so he's turning 15.
I'm kidding. That's crazy.
So,
you're gonna have a 15-year-old at your house.
I know. You know what that asshole did to me this morning?
The thing is that he's taller than you.
Yeah, that's okay. So this morning, this kid was like chugging orange juice, and he stands up and is like, "Mom, I feel taller today." I'm like, "What the? Okay." I was like, "You don't drink orange juice and just grow like that." He's like, "No, I'm serious." And what does he do? Gets up and walks over next to me, and I am like here on my kid. He is that like, oh, it was stupid. I have to look up to him now, and it's not okay. It's not okay.
That's pretty funny.
It's not funny. It was very sad.
Well, we all have those moments. I mean, I got one left at home, and anyway, that one's
She's a
probably
miniature you, so
she's gonna put me
we're
in
all
the
screwed.
grave. Yeah, I know. Apparently, the other day she said something to her mother. What was it? Anyway, and her mother looked at me and she goes, "Huh? Who did that sound like?" Like,
I
I'm
get that
sorry.
every day with Emma.
Oh, okay. Look. Big Brutus is the host for Kansas.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that'll be good. Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
good. So we know what we got for, okay. Now what we need to figure out is what
Dates.
is Arkansas?
Right.
Who's going to be in Arkansas? And honestly, I don't know who it would be. I don't even have a guess. But anyway, either way, stay tuned. We'll post some stuff out there and share it on social media, probably put it on our website. I'm certain that Chad, the Okie guys, and whoever is going to have it on their website as well or social media. So just keep paying attention is all I can tell you. We'll go from there. All right.
We'll have to have Chad on the show to join us and go over it in more detail too.
I think actually Chad's going to join us next week.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. Unless you already have somebody lined up.
I don't have anyone lined up right now.
I got a whole list of people that I'm working on right now, so I got to get all that together. But since it's the holidays, Ashley and I just kind of thought we would maybe talk about some gift giving and some ideas. Maybe even talk a little bit about family traditions. I don't remember who it was, but there was I do remember one of them. It was Caleb Baker from Baker Overland.
Okay.
Did a Friendsgiving, I guess, where they all went down into the Ozarks and they camped and did a Thanksgiving dinner with a group of people, and it looked really cool. It's a short video, but the concept and the idea was really neat to bring those families in together, and share a meal. I thought it was pretty cool. And I did see
awesome.
I did see one or two other ones. I just don't remember who they were. Sorry, I apologize.
Well, I know not this weekend, but the following weekend, a group of us from Tulsa Raising Coffee are going out to dinner. So those who want to join are more than welcome to join. Last time we went last month, there were shenanigans that involved. So Lee, you should come join us.
See, not this weekend, but next weekend?
No, the 9th.
Okay, that's the weekend of Amelia's first tumbling competition. So I'm I don't know how long that's gonna last or whatever, but we'll see. And if possible, then yeah, I'd love to join everybody and see everybody and visit. That would be fun.
Oh yeah. There last time we did this, there were people ordering food in Elmo voices and Yoda voices, and oh yeah, there were all sorts of shenanigans. They scared the poor server at the restaurant. Like we lost her for a while.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no. Well, I mean, you got to have some fun and live life, right? Can't be boring and stuffy all the time.
But they're talking about trying to prep me for the dad joke contest, where I have to start doing shots. So there might be video of me getting carried out of the restaurant. Yeah. And
so Jennifer's just popped on. They're trying to train your liver to be able to hang on to it. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Let me see if I can make this work. Boom. All right. Okay. So this is let's talk a little bit about some gift giving and things like that. I'm not really sure what Ashley's gonna buy me for Christmas this year.
Never mind. We're gonna keep that PG. Never mind. We're gonna
let's keep it PG. But I pulled up some websites that had some different discounts and thought maybe what we would do is just put them up on the screen. And some of these I've used their products, some of them I haven't. Some of them, whoever's in the chat or listening may have used these products and can speak on their behalf. But it was more of, hey, let's showcase some brands and some deals. Yes. And so first one I came to was Guzzle H2O. Chad has one of these. I actually had one until somebody liked it better than me at Expo West this year. and decided that they needed it worse than I did and took off with it. But irrelevant. But their Guzzle H2O, I think I know Shauna and Kristen, great people. They created this themselves in their garage. It's one of those kind of success stories. And basically, I think Chad and I both had the Overland bundle here. And it's just,
Mhm.
if you want to filter or want to pull water from a water source, filter it into drinking water. These are really cool. Now, I'll warn you, they're not cheap,
Right.
but I don't think you could put a price on having, what do they call it, Montezuma's Revenge or whatever. But the thing about this is it goes through multi filters, and then it goes through a
Mhm.
UV light to kill
Right.
that bacteria. And it'll pump from a water source up vertically 50 feet. I mean, it's
Mhm.
not fast, but it's got a good pump system on it. So I love this thing, and I'm gonna end up having to order another one, but um, that right now they have a 15% off, and I don't know. Let's see, was it last? I don't know. It just says use holiday 23, get 15% off the entire store. It's a great product and one that, if you want to make the investment, it's one of those things that, yeah, it may be expensive, but you get caught out somewhere and you need to get fresh water. It's a good way to do it. Have you ever used it, Ashley?
I haven't, but we did get the portable little life straws.
Yeah.
We actually stumbled across them as a good deal at Costco of all places.
Oh, okay.
So we have those that we keep. Jeff calls it his bug out bag, but we have them there for that purpose too. And I definitely agree that you should. This product I think is amazing just for the fact of having clean drinking water. I know some friends of ours went down to Baja about a year ago. We were supposed to go with, and they had a system, not this system, but something similar, and raved about it because just like you
Yeah.
talked about, you don't want to have to worry about being sick on a trip.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it gives you a little bit of a peace of mind because they even have an
Mhm.
adapter. Like, so if you stop somewhere along the way at a campground or somewhere that has, regular water out of a spigot on the side of the building or something, you can
Right.
screw this thing on there and still filter that water through,
I say
which,
I can't tell you how many times we've gone to campgrounds and they've got the water that comes out of a spigot, and that they're getting it from a lake not too far away because you can smell that lake fishy smell, and I'm like, I don't want to use it. So
I want to drink it.
I don't want to drink it. I don't want to have to drink it. It is not, my house's water hose if it push comes to shove.
I
So
know. And the funny
yeah,
thing is a lot of us grew up drinking that kind of water out of the tap and we seem to survive. But, who knows? Today's a different world. So,
there's a lot
the
more crap in the water now.
yeah, yeah, no kidding. So the next one is Dometic, and Dometic had some up to 40% off deals. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be honest. This was kind of a letdown at first. I thought it was going to be something epic, but it's, some water bottles and things like that. And, um, it's 40% off of these coolers, like these big coolers, and things like that. Nothing on the refrigerator side, which is what was disappointing to me.
Mhm.
But it's still 40% off some of this stuff, and it may be handy for some people. So I thought, hey, let's not be too judgmental.
Well, and
Let's
you can
put it
never
up
go
there.
wrong with a good cooler. Not everybody
True.
wants to pay the price of a Yeti cooler. So I really love our Dometic refrigerators because we've got two of them. But then like in the camper, the cooktop is Dometic, and we've got the little Dometic toilet. So I really am impressed with their brands of stuff, and the cooler is probably a good thing to have too for those one-off situations. Like the Sequoia doesn't have a plug in the back,
Right.
like so a cooler is, if I don't have a secondary battery to run it off of, or a Jackery or something, then a cooler is going to be more beneficial for us in there than a refrigerator would be.
Yeah. No, I agree. So for the
Jennifer
huh?
said that she bought a Jackery for half off somewhere.
Oh yeah, wonder it may have been Amazon because I saw some really killer deals on Amazon as well for the Jackery stuff. But
Okay.
that's good to know, Jennifer. Um, if you can throw a link or something, or at least just tell everybody where you got it from. I'm sure that deal probably isn't still active, but that's good to know. Nice find. 23-0. Now here's what I'm gonna tell you. If you want to buy anything 23-0 and you're around this area,
No, Jeff.
go see Chad. He's
Sorry,
carrying.
Chad. I cost you a sale. No.
Don't worry about it, Chad. I'll work on it. Anyway, so they have some stuff. I mean, these gearboxes save $110. The armadillo here, which is
No,
this plant.
stop. Put the tents down.
I mean, Jeff,
the boxes
look,
are fine.
almost $800 off, Jeff.
Lee, I will call Felicia.
And I know, listen, Felicia's already on my list anyway, but she's on the bad list.
She says the same thing about you.
Well, she hasn't been doing as much cooking, and so today I was talking to my buddy. I was like, anywhere I can find any good Mexicans, because mine quit cooking and he needs to get back to cooking.
I'm waiting for her to walk in there and just upside the head.
I know. I love her to the moon and back. I wouldn't trade her for anything. Well, maybe a new airplane, but anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just teasing. I wouldn't. She's the best. So anyway, there's some deals at 23-0, and Chad will be able to hook you up there. He sells them, or you can obviously go to 230.com and get them. The guys at 23-0 are really cool guys, and you've never met the wandering Australian Justin himself. He is an absolute hoot.
I think
all right.
Then wasn't he at Moore not too long ago? A couple of years ago?
Yeah, he was at Moore a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
He came by and sat with us. Kakadu. This is a pretty new Outback shower, and I have to say that if you've not seen this thing, it's all self-contained, and you put a little gas bottle back here, fire it up, you plug your hoses into your water, whatever it is you're pump your water source, and then once for the outlet. And this is it's really a pretty neat little setup, I have to say. And I don't know how long the 1 pound green bottle, but I think you actually have an adapter so you can hook it up to a regular big one. I tried one of these in Colorado this year, and it's pretty rad. And I have to say, it really is. What's even more cool about it is, so the colder the water, as with any of these things, the harder it is for it to heat up to a more warmer temperature.
Right.
This guy actually pumped water through the system and into a bucket. And then from there, he used the bucket and he just kept circulating the water for just a few minutes. It didn't take long. He just had a 5-gallon bucket. He put the intake and the nozzle in there, and he just let it circulate for a couple minutes. It wasn't long. And then by that time, it had heated up to like steaming hot. And then you could have a really nice hot shower out of it. And
I've seen these. I saw those at Rendezvous.
It was really, really neat.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I've always been a fan of the Joulka. And for those of you who know what that is, it's a really neat system too. This, way more portable, lots more, more compact. Feels like it's really rugged and sturdy. You know what I mean? It just feels solid. So anyway, I think, and you can get these at Overland Addict as well. Coincidentally,
we're just plugging Chad over
I know,
here.
right? I didn't actually plan it that way, but now that I'm thinking about it, he's now a dealer for them, and he's carrying these. So
Chad carries everything. So
Chad carries the stuff that matters.
Yes.
Well, it all matters really, but I'm just saying Chad carries some really good stuff. But anyway, he has these And this may very well be my gift to myself this year.
I know if this is the same company that was at Rendezvous, which I'm 99% sure it is. That water got really hot too because he was circulating the water.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was very, very impressive.
Yeah, go look up this, this Kakadu Outback shower thing and just take a look at it. Look at a couple of the videos on it. But I have to say that I was like extremely impressed. But they have some other stuff too. So just so you know, they have some pretty neat fire pits, and their fire pits are they look strange, but they're actually like this one even has a rotisserie on it.
That's kind of funky looking.
It is, but they all pack up, which is what's strange, but they do pack
So
up.
how does one like that pack up?
Everything goes inside that. All the legs come off, the stack comes off, all that stuff comes off, and I guess it goes inside it or something. It's still big and bulky. Don't misunderstand me, but it was kind of cool. I mean, I saw them at Mountain West, and I was shocked at how much more compact or how much they packed away. It was really, it was surprising. So anyway, go give them a look. Chad's got these as well.
Okay. I got bougie and went with propane fire pits. So
listen, Stanley, everybody's on this rave for these Stanley mugs, these
yeah.
And of course I thought, well, I wonder if they're going to have a sale. So I thought I'll go look it up. Check these colors out. Look at these prismatic, like a Pilsner glass.
That's pretty
Jeff needs some of these at camp.
He does, for him and his buddies.
I know, but I mean, they have all kinds. I had no idea. Like, look at this one, this beer tumbler.
Yeah.
And right now it says on selected items, I don't know which ones they are, but you can go look. There's up to 60% off. And you can even have them customized before you have them shipped to you.
So I can put, leads a pain in the ass and send it, have it
sent right, exactly. I mean, you can do that kind of thing. There's some other things you can say and all, but
hashtag all Lee's fault.
Exactly. So I thought these were kind of cool because, I mean, look, even here's a wine tumbler, and they have all these different. I had no idea. This is what I think of when I think of Stanley. I think of this, what I called hammered. It's a hammered look like this. It's got that almost little. Yeah, when you think of Stanley, I always think this is what they used to come like the thermoses. Remember the big thermoses?
Yes. Okay.
You're not old enough to remember that. But anyway.
I remember, I remember like the little school thermoses that came in lunch boxes.
But they were always green. That's about all you had. So all these new colors is kind of cool. So, and again, if you place your order, it says here by the 2nd, you'll get it by the 24th. So that's kind of nice. So anyway, go check out Stanley. Yeah. Did you see Jennifer's post? Nice.
That's perfect.
Fields of love. So anyway, that's a good one. Let's go over here to Jetboil. Now, Jetboil has 25% off and free shipping on your orders over $49. I have a Jetboil.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have this base camp thing, but I've looked at it pretty hard.
Okay, we do.
Do you like it?
Love it. Okay. That is, so we've had like multiple Coleman cook stoves.
Right.
We got that a few years ago, and it's probably our favorite cooking. Like, we still use it along with our Blackstone. We use the Blackstone a lot, but like for sides and coffee and stuff like that, we'll use the base camp. And I can't recommend it enough. I tell everybody if they're asking for a cook service, to go with that one.
So I've looked at them. I have one of those new GSI, the real ultra thins, and while I like it, it's a love-hate relationship, obviously. But I've heard that those Jetboils, the base camp, when it comes with that big pot, that lid that's on them, the plastic lid melts. Have you had any issues? Nope. Has it warped or anything? Okay. All right. Well,
no, like we've had it for a couple of years and no issues with it. And I like the fact that everything packs inside. inside the big pot. So
That's handy.
it keeps everything small and compact, and it's not bulky or heavy. And like I said, I rave about it. We've used it. The only time we've ever had an issue with it was in Albuquerque, just because it was so windy, even with the windshield. It was still just blowing it out. And it was right after we got the Cricut. So I just cooked inside on it.
Yeah.
But most of the time we don't cook inside the Cricut. We cook outdoors.
Well, I have a Jetboil, but it's the original Jetboil from back in 2003. It's one of the very first. It's the very first model they ever made, and I love it. I still use it. Not every camping trip, but the majority of them I do use it. So that's good.
We have the little one. We have the little one, and then we have the base camp. And the little one we'll use and do like French press coffee with it.
Yeah.
I don't know what Jeff is over here saying, but we have to cook outdoors now. I'm not sure. Oh, well, yes, because you got rid of the kitchen. We have no choice but to cook outdoors.
For those of you who don't know, Jeff ripped out the inside of their camper. Ashley's
I'm salty. I'm salty about it.
And so
there's a lot more room in there right now, but I'm salty about it.
She's a little bit on the bitter side, but it is the holiday season and it's a time for forgiving. And so Ashley, you got to forgive Jeff. You got to move on.
And maybe when he gets started putting it back together.
Okay, Jeff, at least make one little effort. Put a screw back in a hole or something.
Oh my God, Lee. No. Stop helping him.
I know, right? All right, so let's move on to the next one.
I'm just going to go get him, and he can do the rest of the show with you if you're going to just stick up for him all the time.
I got to take care of my buddy. Front Runner. A Front Runner had a much better sale the day after Thanksgiving, and I refreshed the website, and it kind of went away. So,
oh no.
Yeah, so I guess they have free shipping on most orders over $99. That's about the only deal they got. Plus, they're a Dometic brand, and I'm not going to hate on Dometic, but I think Dometic's taking a little bit turn for the not as good as all these brands were, but that's for
the only thing I wish Dometic would do that we had on our old fridge is the lid on our old one we can open up on either side.
Yeah.
Or take it completely off. I wish Dometic would pick that design up.
Yeah. That's the Iceco, isn't it, that does that?
No, the one that we had was the Helix brand, but they didn't survive COVID.
Oh, that's the one with the built-in battery.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here's Rhino Rack, our buddy Levi. He works for Rhino Rack. And so anyway, I looked up. Looks like that they're having a sale till the 30th, so you got a couple of days left for that. 20% off all Rhino racks, 20% off Max Tracks, $400 off select Recon decks, and 70% off some accessories. Looks like awnings and X-trays and even more. So you might go check out their stuff. They got all kind of stuff. So.
Well, so
roof boxes, bikes. You name it, they have it.
I need to talk to Levi about the Tacoma. Gavin's little Tacoma.
There you go.
He's wanting to start putting some stuff on it. So we'll see what happens with that.
There you go. Tell him to make sure he gets his damn homework done.
Hey, we're doing good right now. Okay. We're doing our homework. We're getting our schoolwork in. And he got accepted into NJHS, so National Junior Honor Society. So
there you go.
Fingers crossed. We're going to keep it on that path.
All right. And then, of course, our buddy Chad, where you can go get a lot of the things that we've been talking about. And no, this was not a promo video or podcast radio show for Chad, but he does have a Black Friday sale happening. Where there's that 23-0 stuff that's on sale. He's got a lot of that.
I'm not looking at any of this right now.
Hey, look, there's a diesel heater right there.
Stop it.
There's some Rome equipment.
I'm going to be his first client for renting.
And So yeah, I mean, he's even got fridges. So if you're a National Luna person, then there's a he's got Cook Partner stoves on sale. Let's see what page 3 comes up with. Okay, Cook Partner stuff. So yeah, he's got quite a bit of stuff. So if you're and he does ship like a madman. He's got 236 4.9 Google reviews and 4.9 on Facebook. So he's a legit deal.
If Gavin had it his way, the taco would be sitting over there right now. So with bumpers being put on it and everything else. Chad, stay away from Gavin and stay away from Jeff.
Jeff says armadillo so he's gonna go get an armadillo.
No, he's not.
So a couple weeks ago, Ashley and I had on these guys from Seasucker and Bourbon and Backwoods, and I think until the 30th, if you use the code Overland Radio, it's 15% off here on B&B Overland on the Seasucker products. So go check them out, right?
I have told multiple people about their products that aren't even into overlanding. And of course, Jeff wants the little 2-tier bar thing that they were talking about when they were on. And I love their stuff. I'm excited. I was glad they were on.
Yeah. So go over there. It's bnboverland.com. And don't forget it's Overland Radio on the Seasucker stuff. So Planetary Designs. Man, most everybody's seen their coffee presses or, something that they have. But right now they have 50% off their canisters.
Really?
Yeah. And 50% off the flask here. So it's half off. Coffee scoops. Here's the Airscape canisters. These things are the coolest.
I need to get one of those.
When you put the lid in there, you can hear the air escape out and it locks tight. So the lid goes down inside. So say the container's this tall, but you only got this much coffee. You push the lid down in there and it butts right up against the product and it takes all the excess air out. It's really, really neat.
I need to get one of those for when we camp to put the coffee beans in.
And they got the new the brushed coffee canisters. They have there's some more of the Airscapes in a different color. I mean, they just have drinkware.
Hey, go back down. Weren't there really cute coffee mugs?
I don't know. I'm going to drinkware. Hang on. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay, shop all. Let's see if we can pull this up here real quick. So, there's your big French press. So I have this. I have these right here, these Adventure coffee tumblers. I have 2 of these, and I absolutely love them. This lid locks down so tight, if you push it down and snap it, that it won't spill. So if you knock it over or whatever, you can. It's fantastic.
So you like it better than like a Yeti for coffee?
Absolutely.
Really?
I use this for everything.
Okay.
So, and I have, like I said, I got 2 of them, that orange color, but I have a couple of these, canned koozies or whatever they make. And those work well. So let's see what else they got. I don't have this beer pack, but that's kind of cool. And they have some other stuff.
Jess got 2 of those little mini kegs. He does not need anything else beer related.
No, you don't know that. Don't be judging. I have this travel coffee press here. It works fantastic. I have the hand grinder. Actually, I have this kit right here. I bought this kit. Got everything in it.
We've got a little hand grinder already, but I like that set.
Here's the shitty thing. I bought this kit. I don't drink coffee.
But you make coffee for everybody else.
Yeah, I make coffee for everybody else. It was so freaking cool. I couldn't help myself. I was like, okay, that's pretty legit. So I need to buy one. So I bought one. Don't shoot me. So there you go. So yeah, they got all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that's a great one. Go check them out. Love their products.
They're based. Little canister.
Listen, they're based in Montana, and it's a
Mhm.
family-owned business, and they are amazing people.
Okay.
Amazing people. Fireside
Awesome.
Outdoors, they did have, yeah. So it looks like they still have a little bit of a sale going on here. Um, if you're not familiar with these fireside pits, they're crazy cool. I just can't. Do you have one of these, Ashley?
We do, we just don't use it because every time we try and camp, there's always a freaking burn ban. So now we've just gotten where we take our propane fire pit, but I love
Mhm.
the little pop-up one right
I
there.
was a little skeptical, but apparently the mesh screen that goes in the bottom, that
Uh-huh.
if you have a fire and you were to like just dump the coals out on and to to wet them down and put out the fire or whatever, in 60 seconds you can lift that screen out of there and hold it. It's cooled off that fast.
I know it cools off pretty quick because we've used it quite a few times. The first time we used it, I was very apprehensive about touching it and taking it apart after we were
Yeah,
done. But yeah, I love it. It just seems like every time we go to camp, there's always a fire ban. So
right. My medic,
oh
save
no,
up to
nope.
half
Jeffrey,
off.
stop watching. Jeffrey, stop watching. Jeffrey, stop watching.
I happen to think that the refills are something that is never really given a lot of thought of when it comes to medical stuff. Is we all have a tendency to use it. I don't know about you guys.
Hmm.
And then you go to use it and you're like, "Jeez, man, I used all
Yeah.
the Band-Aids or I
Hmm.
used whatever." And now you don't have it. Well, I have a MyMedic, and actually I need to order some replacements. So I mean, yeah, they got a sale on pretty much everything. Excuse me, everything. I think I have this one. Yeah. This is what I got. Yeah, yeah, this is it. So
We
anyway,
need to get a bigger medic bag. Emma is so accident prone. This kid has already sprained her wrist twice this school in like the last 2 months. You know how we have
oh
the gold
neat.
wings on the Forerunner? Our like little
Yeah, yeah,
baby,
yeah.
our baby medic bag is there on to access to the gold wing because if we're out camping or hiking, we can just instead of having to dig through the back of the Forerunner to get it, we just pop that gold wing open and get the kid a band-aid because we know she's gonna need it. So yeah, we need to do some refills and probably a bigger bag.
Oh my goodness. Have you seen these? The perfect
I have
bungees?
not. Tell me about those.
So these are pretty neat. They have it's just they have multiple little holes so you can roll, you can um how do you want to say it? Like if you had something small, you could just loop it around and put the hook back through this one and then hang it.
Mhm.
If it's a little bit bigger, you could go through the bigger holes. So they work. And then they have these tie downs that have the little mini ratchet deals in them. If you
Okay.
combine these bungees with the
Mhm.
ratchets, now you have a tie down for your awning that actually has a little bit of a spring to it. So
Ooh.
in other words, instead of staking your awning down and it being just tight, 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 and rigid, if the wind
Right.
blows these a little bit, you'll have a little bit of that stretch. And I think that might actually help save your equipment a little bit because it has that little bit of give. So these are neat products. You can get these at Overland Addict as well. Sorry, I know I keep saying this, but he does have these or something very similar to it. I don't. Anyway, they're really neat. Have you seen these Citios, these crates?
Yes. So I actually own some of these that we use in the cricket,
Yeah, these are pretty
and
neat.
they're great. I love the fact that it's got the dividers in it. We've got one small one or the thinner one that we use for toiletries.
Right.
That's just got the extra hairbrush and toothpaste and toothbrushes and all of that. But because the Cricket's storage is all the containers, we went and got those to help organize it and love them.
I think they're really neat. I don't have any, but I'm gonna be honest. I like my Step 22 gear. I like the soft sided because it's a little bit easier to squeeze into some places. Not to take
Mhm.
anything away from these. I mean, these are nice. Um, but I do happen to like the Step 22 gear because you can kind of manipulate the bag a little bit to get it into certain areas. But you know what? Either one of these things will work for somebody. So
I love these and the fact that they come with lids.
yes,
Yeah, I'm happy.
yeah, and they fold down too, right? Some of them do. There's some
Yes.
versions that
Hmm.
fold. Yeah. Next item up is the surf grass mat. Now, I want one of these. I've yet to buy one, but I'm gonna have to because I see so many people put them outside their alu cabs or the interest, just where they're getting into their or even their tents at the bottom of the tent there,
Hmm.
and it's a different grass, astroturf, I guess, if you will, but it's more like grass. And you can wash them, they roll up to nothing, and now they actually have some different ones that are, different colors. And when I say color, I mean the edging or the trim material around it's a different color. So these are these are kind of neat. And they're not cheap, but it's my understanding these things will last you. You may just buy one and that's it. So
Okay.
anyway, good for cleaning your feet off before you get into the camper or your tent or climbing up the ladder. Either way. So
I don't go around barefoot when I camp, so I can't do the whole cleaning my feet. But shoes, I can
yeah,
see it
it's
being
hard to
super
do
beneficial.
Amelia loves to be barefoot. I do too, but unfortunately, with the way society is, too many people, break too much glass at camps and stuff. So here's our
Right.
buddies from Logic Overland, and they had a little bit of a sale or some kind of discount thing going on, but it's since passed. But Ashley obviously is a big fan of
So
Logic.
I need to call them and talk to them because they have ruined coffee for me. We bought Starbucks' peppermint mocha, their little ground coffee for because I ran out of Canyon Craig and I still have yet to order it because how our last 2 weeks have been. Um, made a cup of coffee. I was like, nothing tastes as good now. It's
Yeah.
terrible. So yes, I am. They ruined me for coffee now.
Yeah, they got some neat stuff. I'm not a big coffee connoisseur, but I will admit that if you can get any satisfaction out of smelling coffee, their stuff smells great. So
Okay, well, I'm a big coffee drinker, and I cannot rave enough about their coffee. The Canyon Craig, hands down, and I'm really hoping that they come out with the peppermint mocha.
So for those of you who don't have DeVos lights,
Go buy some.
I don't want to be judgmental, but Rich and Spencer that own this company are two of the coolest, nicest guys you'll ever meet, and they've produced a product that I'm actually shocked. It seems like to me that for the longest time these things did not catch on, and now all of a sudden they're going like crazy. Now they had a sale, and it was like $150 off or whatever it was. That's since passed, but you can still save $50 on a 2-pack of these things. I love these lights,
I do
and
too.
the set that I have, funny story, is the very first set that they gave out to an individual for purposes of marketing or whatnot. I got this set back in 2019 or 2020, 2019, I think it was actually, in Utah at an event. It was their first event that they ever did. And these things have been all over the place with me. I've used them all the time. They've been dropped. The wind's blown them over, and high. And these things still work. Now, though, they have clip-on little mini solar panels to charge them with. They have a clip-on
Mm-hmm.
external battery, and they just released a motion detector. So you turn them on with the motion detector and leave them around your camp. And if something walks by, the light turns on.
I like that.
Or if you have to get up during the night and go out and go to the bathroom, and when you step out of your tent or out of your camper, they'll come on. which is really cool. And I don't know how long they stay on, to be honest. But if you don't have these, you need these.
You do. So we have two, and Jeff's over here chiming in that we need the Devos 2 light bag to store them in. But now we're gonna need the solar too, because the kids have a tendency to, when we go to bed, not turn them off.
Yeah.
So I need to be able to recharge them during the day. But I mean, you primarily don't ever put the color lens on yours.
Just once in a while. Yeah, not very often, no.
And we leave the orange lens on ours all the time to help keep bugs away. And the lens works great. We never have to deal with the mosquitoes or bugs flying around the lights, unlike you. And they're still super bright.
They are.
Like when we went and camped, when we did the cleanup at Goose Island, you had your set, we had ours, and Crystal had a set. We could have played football with
hands down
all the light. I mean, it was fantastic.
And you can pull them off. You can charge your phone off of them, so you can pull it off and plug into the USB, and you can charge your phone if you need to or whatever. They're just really neat. If you don't have a set, I would encourage you to go get them. And you have to buy them.
We need to have the guys on.
Yeah, I've talked to Spencer and Rich both, and they're willing to come on. It's just a matter of timing. So they're great guys. The next thing is glue treads. If you have not seen these are sidewall repair kits. And there's a few videos on these now. And I've watched them, and I know there's a magic of movies, as they say, but there are a few people who I would say, I believe when they say they work. And Will from Venture to Rome swears by these things. And so I've bought them. I've not used them yet, but there are some videos where I think even at SEMA maybe or something, they would take a tire, cut it from the sidewall, patch this thing, and then air it back up, and it holds. And then there's some videos of people doing it and then driving on the trail with them, and they hold. So, if nothing else, it's a little bit of an insurance policy to get you off the trail until you can go get a tire, because sometimes things happen, and I would rather put the patch on it than have to take the tire off and change it just to get it off the trail. So, I mean, for whatever that's worth, I think it's
I agree.
Jeff,
we just got.
Jeff, you need to order these tonight.
No, I mean, I could probably see us ordering some tonight, because we just got our high lift jack 6 months ago. But prior to, if something happened on the trail with the 4Runner, we had no way to jack it up unless we were with somebody.
Yeah.
With a high lift jack. So definitely a good insurance policy.
Yeah, I do. I think these are great insurance. This is kind of like having a set of Max Tracks or Action Tracks or even Go Treads, which I prefer the Go Treads because they're multi-use for me. This is one of those things. And so I ordered some, and they'll be in my truck, just like I have one of those little battery jumpers from NOCO. So if somebody has a dead battery, you just plug the little box in there and it jump starts the vehicle. I think you should carry one of those. I think you should carry a tire repair kit. That's one of the things I keep with me. So, I'm just adding this to the, to the stuff, if you will.
Well, when I drove the 4Runner all the time, I had a toolbox that stayed in there with all my little, stuff like that. Now I need to get one going for the Sequoia. And then apparently now Gavin's truck when he turned 16.
There you go. I was going to do the GSI, but boo hiss on GSI. The last one I'm going to do is Messermeister. It's 9:00, so we'll finish up with this one. Messermeister knives, the Adventure Chef series. I have this kit here. It's a cutting board. You have a fork and a spoon, and each one of them, I think, have a knife built into it. Then you have a folding chef's knife, and then it comes with a folding fillet knife. Oh, yeah, here they are. So it has a peeler and a knife here, and then a spoon, a fork, and a knife on this one. And it all goes in this little bag and folds up. Freaking love these things, man. And they sharpen great, they hold an edge, and it's compact. So
Okay.
there you have it. You got anything you want to add?
No, I've learned a lot of different products tonight that I'm now going to have conversations with Jeff about.
Why do you need to have conversations with Jeff? Jeff, listen, dude, here's the deal. I live by this motto and I've done it for decades. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Go order whatever it is you want to order, Jeff. Hear me, man. Just order it. And then when the credit card bill comes in or she looks at the bank account, just look at her and go, but babe, we talked about it. Don't you remember?
See, that's the thing is I work for a bank. That doesn't work for me.
She's going to say, no, I don't remember. And you're going to go, well, honey, I'm sorry, but yeah, we had a conversation about this.
Nope.
I should give family advice, marriage counseling or something.
Whoever is listening, I hope you're tuning it off right now and not listening to Lee's advice because y'all end up in divorce court. Just saying.
Yeah, probably should listen to me. Yeah, I try it and it works. It works some for me. Not always, but
that's just because she's just like, I can't with you and keeps walking away.
Yeah, that's probably more like it. To be honest, she just had her feel and doesn't want to deal with me. So anyway, go order you some stuff, Jeff. You have my permission.
Okay, send him your credit card number.
I'm not sending him my credit card. No, are you crazy?
Send him your credit card number and you can take care of that bill.
I got to save up. I got stuff to buy for the new Frontier and the Alucab. And listen, you're not the only one that needs stuff. I got to buy stuff.
See?
So, anyway, so for those of you tuning in late or listening to this later or watching this later, thank you again to Overland Attic. Chad and Overland Attic have been our longest running sponsor, to Rugged Bound and to Midland USA. Love all their products. And we're grateful for them. I think we're going to have at least one, maybe two more shows for the end of the year. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking we'll probably take the last 2 weeks and not do anything. Ashley is going to come back after the first of the year.
Hopefully with that change.
You want to let anybody in?
Nope,
not the name, yet. But not the name, but I'm just saying what the plan is for the new year. You can tell them what the plan is.
But the plan's not solidified yet.
Listen, it's got to be solidified.
It's not solidified yet. They just dropped a bomb on me. It may not be solidified yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
Well, there you have it.
So,
well,
there may or may not be changes to the show coming. We'll see what happens.
That was going to be a good segue into anyway.
You bombed that one. Sorry.
So anyway, appreciate everybody listening in or watching tonight. We're really grateful for you. If you would do us a favor, go out and make sure you like and subscribe. You know how that whole thing works. Not just to the Overland Radio, but anybody that's a content creator or somebody that's passionate about doing this stuff. You got, Ashley has Wander, Oklahoma. If you're not a member of that group, go get in there and get that group. She doesn't do anything, but Jeff does. So, there's Tulsa. She's shaking her head at me like she knows I'm picking on her. The Rigs and Coffee, and it just, go like and come hang out. We really appreciate it. We really do. And we're thankful to all of y'all.
On the 9th, those are in the Tulsa area, want to come hang out. We're going to Ted's Cafe at Tulsa Hills. It's going to be a big group of us, and we're going to go create some shenanigans too.
That's awesome. You're going to post that on the Wander Oklahoma page, right?
There's a small post going around right now on mine and Jeff's personal pages on Facebook, but I can get it posted on Wander.
Yeah, do that. And then I'll take it and share it and that kind of stuff. Also, it's not, so those of you who may or may not know, we do have the Overland Radio. We do have an app on iOS and Android, and it basically replays some of these shows. In 2024, the goal is we're going to add music, and we're going to have some music during the day, and then we'll stop the music and we'll have some replays of shows, but it will be legit music because I'm ponying up some serious cash to buy licensing. And I hope and pray to God it works, because if it doesn't, I'm just going to be wasting more money. Anyway, but we're going to try to build a new app.
I'm excited.
And the new app's going to have some cool things in it. And you have to be a member to get in there to get those cool things. And so think discounts and think brands and think cool stuff. So anyway.
We're talking about doing something like that with Tulsa Rigs and Wonder too. So stuff is in the works. So we'll see what's going on next year.
That's awesome. Ashley, thanks for doing the show.
Of course. Thanks for harassing me again.
It's turned into the Ashley and Lee show.
Again, it's just because it's in alphabetical order and I'm better.
Okay. We'll let it go with that. But I do appreciate you, and I appreciate what Jeff does in the background to help us with the shares and things like that. So I'm grateful for that. So
anyway, he puts up with me. So yes.
He deserves a medal.
I'm not disagreeing with that statement.
I mean, if anybody wants to get Jeff something for Christmas, a certificate to therapy would be helpful.
Yeah. That might work.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Have a wonderful night. We appreciate all of you joining us. And Ashley, have a good night. We'll see you later.
Have a good night, everybody. See you next week.